Hello and welcome to ReginaldESQ. I'm Underhook and this is a bit of fun. I had a couple of games in the KV220, so I thought I'd show them to you. This first one's pretty funny. Now this tank is a premium tank. I don't know if it's still available for sale anymore, but it has very overpowered armor and it's tier limited. So it's a tier 5 tank, but it doesn't see anything higher than tier 6. The armor is great. The gun has a little bit lowish penetration, but it's pretty good. But when it's top tier like this, it's a tier 5 match on Tundra. About half the tanks on enemy team are tier 5s. It's pretty overpowered. Anyway, this one's pretty amusing because I don't play very well, but I want you to try and guess how many shots I bounce off my armor and how well I do, even though I play really badly. So, in case you don't know, the tank has 100 mils of hull armor, 100 millimeters all round, and the turret is 75 millimeters, except the actual mantlet is about 90 millimeters. So with this tank, you basically shoot at the turret. Don't shoot at the hull. Shoot at the turret, but don't shoot the mantlet part of the turret. Shoot the front sides of the turret, if that makes any sense to you. So I've come up here now. I realise it's just me and the T-67 that's come up here, which is kind of not good. Now, fortunately for me, there's no artillery in the game, so I don't have to worry about getting hit by artillery. There's an Electo up there, so I'm just trying to angle my armor now. If you do angle your armor, there's not many tanks that can penetrate you, but somebody takes him out anyway. Probably the T-67. And there's no artillery, so I decided to push forward a little bit. I don't want people coming around and getting me in the side, so I'm just trying to get into a position where I can angle. There's a Covenanter up there. I'm unfortunately giving the sides of my turret to this AT2, who is shooting HE at me and penetrates me there. We get one into the Covenanter. So the average damage on this gun is 110. There's another one into that Covenanter. Now look what I'm facing up against here. We've got an M3 Lee, AT2. So we managed to go through the mantlet of the AT2 there. We put one now into the M3 because his gun is pretty good. We get another one into the M3 Lee, and now I'm aiming at the turret here again, and this one bounces off the cupola of the AT2. I'm trying to keep my armor angled to him. I bounce another one off his cupola. He is firing HE at me. We put one into the other tank there. Now I'm going to try and put one into this B1 just to try and get rid of him. And as you see, I'm playing terrible, but I try and track that AT2 there. It doesn't work. I'm not having much fun. 99mm of penetration on the gun is pretty low. You can get 121 if you switch to premium. So KV1S there, we're putting shots into him. He's shooting us with AP. We're getting hit all over the place. Now I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can before I get killed. There's no point in me manoeuvring the tank. It's very poor maneuverability. And it's game over. The Panzer SFL comes behind me and shoots me. So I played pretty badly. All I did basically was angle my armor, just sit there and shoot. And they got surrounded and killed. We won the game though because our team was slaughtering them pretty much everywhere else on the battlefield. It looks like all their tanks came to where I was, or a lot of them did. Anyway, let's have a look at the next screen. Yes, unbelievably, I finished on top for XP and damage. I can't believe all I did was sit in one spot. So we did. We got 667 XP, which is more than the Hetzer on our team. The Hetzer did 944 damage. I don't know why the Hetzer didn't get above us. It probably should have. Maybe he wasn't spotting the things he was shooting. We got no kills. We did 1001 damage. Yeah. Next screen. So we fired 15 shots. 14 of them hit and 10 of them penetrated. We did 1100 damage, which is actually not bad considering we didn't go anywhere. We received 31 hits, of which 8 penetrated. So, and that was really when they got to the sides and back of us, they started penning us. So we blocked 1940 damage, and that wouldn't have included the damage done by the AT2 because it was firing HE, and I don't think HE damage counts as being blocked by armor. What else do we do? Vehicles spotted 6 and we damaged 5. We didn't manage to destroy anyone, and we did a little bit of spotting damage. Great income with this tank being a premium tank, 41,000. We end up 36,000 profit. But yeah, pretty insane considering how badly I played. So our final overpowered game in the KV220. Once again, we're top tier. The enemy team has, what, 6 tier 5 tanks and a bunch of tier 4s and some couple tier 3s. Yeah, so as I mentioned, the gun doesn't have much pen, 99mm of penetration, but it does do 110 damage per shot, which combined with a rate of 14 rounds per minute is actually pretty good. You can rack up a bit of damage. You can get 121mm with premium ammunition, but it's not really that much more penetration. And I think it balances the tank anyway, not using premium, because the tank is overpowered as it is. Anyway, the aim time of the gun is 2.3 seconds as well, which is quite quick. The accuracy, though, is terrible at 0.46. Anyway, so moving right along, I just get into this position here, and we see this guy trying to sneak across, and I miraculously miss him. It's one of the new Japanese tanks, which has terrible armor. So 99mm of penetration is no impediment against this tank. He's wisely decided to stay behind that building. I've been proximity spotted now by the Lux there. Just angling my armor a little bit more to this poor Japanese tank who we just happened to ammo rack there with that shot. I think it's, what was it? It was probably a tier 4, was it? Yeah, tier 4 type 91, poor bugger. There we have the Lux now sitting in a spot where he's not protected. I decided to keep pumping for the Lux because he's actually more of a threat to me than the KV1S is. Why the Lux is not moving? He doesn't appear to be tracked. Must be a new player who doesn't know where he's getting shot from and didn't have any escape. So we actually bounced off the KV1S there. Hetzer did put a shot into us. And we actually, yeah, that's the only penetration we've had so far has been from Hetzer. We have bounced a few shots. And it's pretty hard. I mean, tier 4 tanks, as long as you're angled, there's pretty much nothing they can do. Well, they can penetrate the turret, but most people don't shoot the turret. Hetzer there, pretty cleverly moving back behind the building a little bit. Now he's going the other way. Oh, he's exposed himself now, though. I bounced, I hit his upper plate. You really need to hit the lower plate of the Hetzer with such poor pen, and unfortunately, I accidentally auto-locked on him and hit his upper plate again. So never auto-lock on a Hetzer. I accidentally auto-locked again. You probably saw my last thing I showed. I got a new mouse, and I accidentally keep hitting the middle mouse button when I'm clicking the left button. I've auto-locked on this guy now. And I'm getting used to it now, but this game was before I got used to it. So I managed to set that guy on fire, which was pretty fortunate with that shot. That KV1S there. He was bouncing off us though, as you can see there with the angled armor. If they shoot at the hull 100mm angled, you can get it to around about 160mm, which is really tough for other people to penetrate. The turret though, as I've said, is quite easy to penetrate. That's that artillery up there. Fire a shot, nothing happens. I'm getting sprayed by, is it a Panzer 1C? Yeah. Which really has, I think, absolutely no chance of penetrating me anywhere. So that's why I didn't worry about him. So moving right along. Oh, this tank is so overpowered. It is slow though, as you can see. So the Panzer 1C shooting me, I'm not even slightly worried about him. This Stug is a tank that can penetrate me, so I need to concentrate on him. He's penning me quite well there. I probably could angle a little better to him. I was a little bit too side on. I have been tracked though, so I wasn't able to maneuver. And I guess that's what the Panzer 1C is probably doing. It's probably just trying to keep me tracked, which is the right thing to do, because it's probably the only thing it can do. And the enemy team only has 2 tanks left. The Panzer 1C that can't penetrate me, and a Crusader which might be able to penetrate me. And I'm angling my arm to the Crusader now. He bounces off me, poor guy. It really is just a slaughter. There's not much he can do. He should really just try and get behind me, I guess. Because he's more maneuverable. The only thing he really could have done there was try and circle around behind me. But it's not a super maneuverable tank. So, hilariously, that was a mastery version of tank. Very overpowered when you're top tier. There's not many heavies on the enemy team. There's not a lot they can do. All artillery can do damage to you, but they've got to get you. So, we got Steel Wall. I'm not sure if that's Spartan or is it the other one. Anyway, and High Caliber. Let's have a look at the next screen, and we finished on top for XP, obviously, and on top for damage. Although that Stug 3G that we were up against there near the end, he actually did quite a bit of damage and played quite a good game. He did 1,300 and something damage, so he did a good job. And he did actually get a couple of shots into us, but I think he bounced one as well. Just very difficult to deal with the KV220. Yeah, next screen. So we fired 26 shots, 20 of them hit, and of those that hit, 15 did damage. Mostly close range shooting because the accuracy of .46 is pretty terrible. Now we did 1,549 damage, which is a lot for a tier 5 tank. We received 130 hits, 3 of them penetrated. Now admittedly a lot of those would have been from the Panzer 1C, probably about 100 of them, but the other 30 were just various tanks that had a lot of trouble penetrating. So we blocked 2,728 damage, which when you consider a tank has 690 hit points, that's a heck of a lot of damage to block. We've spotted 5 vehicles, damaging 6, destroying 5, and did 463 assistance damage as well. Immense income, 54,000, 51,000, which was profit. 1,276 XP is a mastery badge. As you can see, I didn't really have to do much to get mastery. So long as you know how to angle armor, and the rarer that this tank becomes, because it's being played less and less, because it's not really available for purchase, I don't think, anymore, the harder it is for other people because they don't know where to shoot it. I don't play it that often, but I just had these games sitting there, and I thought the first game especially was pretty funny how bad I played and how well I ended up doing. So I thought you might be interested. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more reviews and gameplay, please subscribe to ReginaldESQ. Have fun.